Welcome to another episode of Sci-Connect. I am Teacher Nikki, your science teacher for today. Are you now ready to learn? Let's start! Our topic for today's video lesson is about land and sea breezes, monsoons, and intertropical convergence zone. The most essential learning competency that we are going to discuss for today's video lesson is account for the occurrence of land and sea breezes, monsoons, and intertropical convergence zone. Before we proceed with our lesson, let's first check your prior knowledge by answering the pre-test. Directions. Read the questions carefully. Write the letter of your choice in your activity notebook. 1. What kind of breeze blows from sea to land? A. Sea breeze. B. Land breeze. C. Northeast monsoon. D. Southwest monsoon. 2. Which is the best explanation for land and sea breezes? A. Pull of gravity on Earth. B. Fast rate of evaporation of water. C. Intense heating of the land surface. D. Difference in the temperature of land and sea masses. 3. Which kind of wind blows over the Philippines during the months of December to February? A. Land breeze. B. Sea breeze. C. Northeast monsoon. D. Southwest monsoon. 4. What does southwest monsoon bring in the Philippines? A. Drought. B. Less rainfall. C. Frequent rainfall. D. Cool and humid air. 5. What causes ITCZ? A. Convergence of land and sea breezes. B. Uneven heating of water at the surface of Earth. C. Convergence of northeast and southeast trade winds. D. Convergence of northeast and southwest monsoons. Great job, learners! You're done answering the pre-test. Let's now proceed with answering the preliminary activity entitled Know What to Wear. When do we usually use this set of things? Learners, you are going to write your answers in your science activity notebook. You can pause this video for a while as you accomplish the task. Well done, learners! You're done answering the preliminary activity. Let's now explore! Answer the first activity entitled Land Breeze and Sea Breeze. Directions. Study and analyze the pictures below. Answer the questions that follow. 1. What provide heat energy to the sea and land? 2. Which absorbs heat faster, land or sea? 3. Which releases heat faster, land or sea? 4. Describe the movement of air that creates a land breeze. 5. Describe the movement of air that creates a sea breeze. Very good, learners! Now, I want you to listen, focus your attention, and keep this in your mind. Breezes are wind and weather phenomena associated with coastal areas. There are two types of breezes. We have the land breeze, wherein it is a wind blowing from the land toward a body of water. Another is a sea breeze, in which this is a wind blowing from the sea to the land. But how do land and sea breeze occur? Recall that land heats up faster than the water. Warm air, which is the low pressure, rises, and cool air, which is the high pressure, sinks. In land breeze, land surface cools quicker than the water surface at night. Therefore, the warmer air over the sea rises. The cooler air over the land will flow offshore to replace the rising warm air. How does sea breeze occur? During the day, the land surface heats up faster than the water surface. As the warm air over the land is rising, the cooler air over the ocean is flowing over the land surface to replace the rising warm air. Alright, let's now proceed with the second activity entitled Monsoon. Directions. Study and analyze the picture below. Then, answer the questions that follow. 1. What are the weather-causing phenomena in the Philippines based on the diagram? 2. What are the effects of monsoons in the Philippines? And 3. What are the effects of ITCZ in the Philippines? Learners, write your answers in your science activity notebook. You're done answering activity 2. Now, I want you to keep this in your mind. Winds that blow by seasons toward either the continents or oceans because of the differences in air pressure and air temperature are called monsoons. There are two types of monsoons in the Philippines. The northeast monsoon, or commonly known as hanging amihan, and the southwest monsoon, or commonly known as hanging habagat. Northeast monsoon or hanging amihan brings cool and dry winds formed from the regions of Mongolia, Siberia, and northern China during winter seasons. It brings calmer and cooler climate in the Philippines and is experienced from November to February. The southwest monsoon, on the other hand, is caused by the warm air passing over the ocean in the equator. Because of this, air acquires moisture from evaporating water, which brings considerable amount of rain as it hits land. This warm, moist air actually comes from Indian Ocean. The hanging habagat visits the Philippines from the months of June to September. It customarily produces abundant rain, causing strong winds and wet climate in the country. Another weather phenomenon in our country is the Intertropical Convergence Zone, commonly known as the ITCZ. It is a region that circles the Earth near the equator, where the trade winds of the northern and southern hemispheres come together. Very good, learners! We're done discussing about breezes, monsoons, and ITCZ. Let's now apply what you've learned. Using a Venn diagram, compare and contrast the following phenomena. A. Land and sea breeze. B. Northeast and southwest monsoon. Well done, learners! Let's now reflect your learnings from today's video lesson by completing the sentence prompts. I have learned. I wish to ask my teacher about. Write your answers on your activity notebook. And now, let's reinforce your knowledge by answering the reinforcement. What role is played by monsoons for agriculture? Write your answers on your activity notebook. Very good! You're done answering all the activities for today's video lesson. Let's now assess how far have you learned by answering the post-test. Directions. Read the questions carefully. Write the letter of your choice in your activity notebook. 1. Which is the best explanation for land and sea breezes? A. Pull of gravity on Earth. B. Fast rate of evaporation of water. C. Intense heating of the land surface. D. Difference in the temperature of land and sea masses. 2. What causes ITCZ? A. Convergence of land and sea breezes. B. Uneven heating of water at the surface of Earth. C. Convergence of northeast and southeast trade winds. D. Convergence of northeast and southwest monsoon. 3. What kind of breeze blows from sea to land? A. Sea breeze. B. Land breeze. C. Northeast monsoon. D. Southwest monsoon. 4. Which kind of wind blows over the Philippines during the months of December to February? A. Land breeze. B. Sea breeze. C. Northeast monsoon. D. Southwest monsoon. 5. What does southwest monsoon bring in the Philippines? A. Drought. B. Less rainfall. C. Frequent rainfall. D. Cool and humid air.
Congratulations, learners, for finishing the video lesson! I hope you enjoyed learning with me today. Remember, learning is fun